Hello and welcome back, and in this video we're gonna be finishing up our Fireworks view model. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna create a new function here, and this function is gonna be called get current burning point. So basically, once again, the base idea is if you have a shape and you have a burn rope going from here all the way to the end, you want to make sure that the flame that you're displaying is at the same position where the burn has happened so far. So for example, if burn has reached till here, the rope has burned till this point, you want to show the flame icon right here, so it's almost shows there is a sparkle or some sort of flame that is following through. So that's what this particular function is about. So as you can see, our flame and the starting point of the burn is at the same place. Basically, they are perfectly aligned, and the way to get them aligned is basically by computing their individual positions. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and create the function here, and we're going to call get current burning position. This is going to expect a geometry proxy to be passed in. And this function will return a CG point. All right, what we're going to do here is first we're going to make sure that we have something in the path points. Okay, if the path point is empty, then we're going to return 0. Otherwise, we're going to proceed. First, we're going to basically create two variables, total length and segment lengths. Okay, so total length is going to be CG float 0, and then you're going to have segment lengths. Okay, this is going to be an array of CG float, and it's going to be initialized as an empty array. Okay, now we're going to loop into basically using for in for all the path points. Okay, so we're going to go 0 to path point dot count -1. Okay, and we're going to get the start point first. And the endpoint is going to be basically the next element, so I plus 1. Okay, and then we're gonna compute the length, and length is going to be square root, and we're gonna apply power of the endpoint dot x minus start point dot x. Okay, and we're gonna basically have square, so power 2. Let's see, what did we? Oh, actually, you know what? Comma 2. There we go. Okay, so this is your first point, right? And then we're gonna add the power. In the left hand side is going to be end dot point dot y minus, and actually it's not LHS or HS, start dot point dot y. Okay, and comma is basically 2 power 2, right? So basically what you're calculating is distance between 2 points. Okay, now once you've calculated distance between 2 points, you're gonna take the segment length and append the length. Okay, and we're gonna compute total length from this by adding that length into the current computed value of total length. Okay, now once we have the length determined, we're gonna get the current distance. Okay, so we're gonna say current distance, which is gonna be total length times, and we're going negative direction, opposite. So we're gonna say 1 minus fuse progress, whatever the fuse progress has been so far. We're gonna also basically compute the distance traveled, and this is going to be a CG float of CG float type with the initial value as 0. And then we're going to go over all the segment lengths. Okay, so we're going to for in 0 to segment length dot count, first calculating each segment, first getting the segment length for initial indexes, or the index that we are actually currently iterating over, segment length. Okay, and then we're gonna say if the distance traveled plus segment length is greater than or equal to current distance, then we're gonna set the start and the end point. So we're gonna say distance traveled plus segment length is greater than or equal to current distance. In that case, we're gonna compute the start point, which is gonna be a path point of at the I index, and end point, which is gonna be path point plus 1. Okay, and then we're gonna get the segment progress. So segment progress is equal to current distance minus distance traveled. Okay, and this whole thing is divided by the segment length. Okay, and then we're going to compute the x position. So we're going to say start point, start dot point dot x plus end dot point dot x minus start dot point dot x, and this is going to be times segment progress. Okay, and similarly we're going to compute the y. Okay, so now when we have x and y created, we're gonna return a CG point for x and y. Okay, now basically we want to update the distance traveled as well, and we're gonna append whatever the segment length is to that distance travel. Okay, now at the end we want to return path points dot last dot point. Okay, so last point will contain our progress so far, and we're gonna return that. If that is null, then we're gonna return CG point dot 0. All right, so with that, we have actually completed everything that we need to do inside the Fireworks view model. Okay, all right, so starting the next video, we're gonna start working on our views. Okay, so we're gonna first start with a shape, a custom shape, which is gonna help us draw all those points. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.